This surprised me coming from Fox News. I'd expected more from InfoWars or others, Breitbart, but here goes, and I think this is a telling tale that the people are really fed up. But it also testifies that they don't have internet there. They're trying to get internet there. There's a connected story with the satellite that was just set up by SpaceX. You should see my video on that. That's connected to the internet there and the surveillance there. This is a difficult time we live in. The tyrannical government, theocratic government in Iran has been very tough on the Iranian people, to say the least.
They are risking their lives to bring freedom to Iran. Iranian protesters from the streets telling Fox News they thank President Trump and the American people for supporting their uprising against the theocratic regime in Tehran. We interviewed the activists in Iran through a social media app, hiding their location. They do not want us to use their voices out of fears of reprisals. One protester told us, quote, "We thank you, President Trump. We call on all of the supporters of the people who oppress this regime from different fronts to put pressure with you and overthrow with us."
Now they want more sanctions put on by Trump, and they want more pressure put on this regime to overthrow it and to get them a free democratic government. Very interesting.
The protesters we talked to were blunt. They will not give up, they vow, until the hardline regime is toppled. Iranian people want to achieve a democratic and independent government and play a role in it. In Iran, taxis and buses and public places, you heard people talking that they are happy that the United States and President Trump is actually taking actions on the side of the Iranian people. And as you know, the overthrow of this regime and establishment of a free country is in the interest of the entire world.
Now, what a comment there. Let's look more carefully at that. They're happy about that. In the public, they're demonstrating, and they could be killed easily. They want to overthrow the regime, and they want to establish a democratic and independent government and play a role in it. They're not getting a voice in their government, and they want a free country. And they said a free country would be in the interest of the entire world. I couldn't agree more. Remember, this is a theocratic, a religious dictatorial government, and it is scary, the abuses that they put on their people.
Another activist texted us his answers to our questions. The president called the Iranian regime, quote, brutal and corrupt. How important was that to hear for you? He wrote, quote, he is correct and we approve of what he spoke. He should help the Iranian people. We need internet because the internet in Iran is banned. We ask President Trump to convince European Union to ban the mullah.
Now let's go back and look at that. I repeat, the internet is banned and that they want to ban the mullah. I don't know much about the mullah, but they talk a little bit about this gal and her abuses. But I need to study more about the mullah. M-U-L-L-A-H.
The mullah. The protesters are members of the banned opposition group, the National Council of Resistance of Iran. Its leader, Maryam Rajavi, has been directly blamed by the government for the unrest. Supporters have...
So they've supported her because she is trying to overthrow the regime and support the demonstrators. And so they're blaming her for this unrest.
Defiantly displayed banners with their photograph. The reason, one told us, quote, we have no life in Iran. Our life and death is equal. We have nothing to miss. We want freedom. Just poverty, unemployment, and corruption is the result of the mullah regime.
So they clearly claim this mullah regime for a lot of their poverty, their lack of freedom, their unemployment, and the corruption. That's pretty powerful statements, pretty blunt. This is important news. More important, and it's being overplayed by the foolishness of the impeachment. This is Fox News Digital. Interesting.
Regime. Another was very clear. These uprisings have just begun. People are not at all willing to give up. Their patience has come to an end, and they have nothing to lose. Nobody wants to go back. We want to go forward. People want a free republic. That is what people have been chanting. We know that we need to be at risk for a revolution. This is an inevitable revolution, and we accept it.
Now, this is interesting too. It says the uprisings have just begun. People are willing to give up, not at all willing to give up. Their patience has come to an end. Nothing to lose. No one wants to go back. We want to go forward. We want a free republic. We need to be at risk for the revolution. And they accept that risk. An inevitable revolution, accept that risk. Wow. Think about that.
The protesters also called on President Trump to impose more sanctions on the regime. Those on the streets say they're looking toward the U.S. for inspiration and more help.
Wow. We'll let it go there. Wrap your head and heart around that. And they're not the only country. There's some religious totalitarian countries in Africa, in the Middle East, Asia. Scary. Again, it's Roger Moore from Billings, Montana. This Trump thing is going worldwide. People want their freedoms. They want democratic governments. They want representation. They want prosperity and peace worldwide. Think about this. And this is all coming before the second coming. Think about this. Wow. It just blows my mind.